right? It's a tough one. If you look at the Bush administration and you have to choose who you despise more than George Bush, I don't know. Is it Dick Cheney or is it Donald Rumsfeld? It's a really close one, man. I think most people would straight up go for Dick Cheney. Yeah, okay, fine. I mean, even back then, even during the Bush years, people would be like, yo, Dick Cheney is running the show. It's not Bush. Bush is he's not the one running the show. It's Dick Cheney. Yeah, okay. But Rumsfeld, yeah, he's close. He's a close second, man. He's a close second. I mean, that when a reporter asked him, because you remember Donald Rumsfeld, he was defense secretary, and I always got this mixed up because Colin Powell was actually in the military, right? He's a general, but he wasn't the defense secretary. He was actually the Secretary of State, and Donald Rumsfeld is the one who's defense secretary. I always got them mixed up, but now I know him, all right? Now I know him. I'm talking about like 15 years, man. So there's a reporter asking him about the looting that's taking place in Baghdad, right? In Baghdad, in the capital of Iraq, after the invasion, because the Americans come in and surprise, they have no plan, right? So they not only lied about the weapons of mass destruction, along with the British, they lied and lied and lied. They come in, what do? Debathification. So they come in and they sign an order. I forgot his name now, Paul something, right? The colonial. He comes in, he lands like a colonial little bastard, and he declares the Ba'ath Party null and void. So the problem is, what you don't understand is in Iraq at the time, everyone is a member of the Ba'ath Party. Yeah, you got teachers. I mean, anyone who's working in civil service, everyone is a member of the Ba'ath Party. So you got all these people now, right, who are out of a job and living under occupation. This is a recipe for a disaster, right? So you have mass looting that starts taking place. And what are the Americans doing? They're guarding one building, the Ministry of Oil. Like, there's a picture of it. I've shown it to you before. You can't even make this up, man. You can't even make this up. The entire city is on fire. People are looting everything. And the only building that is actively being guarded by the U.S. military that just invaded Iraq is the Ministry of Oil. Like, they're not even hiding it. Do you see why it's such a... Do you see why it's so heartbreaking, but it's almost, it's so dark, it's comical in a way, right? And so, you know, this reporter asks Donald Rumsfeld about the looting, and he's like, yeah, democracy and freedom are messy, and people sometimes do messy things. And What? That's the kind of answer he gave, right? That's the kind of answer he gave. And people come along and think that Trump was an anomaly and he was unprecedented. No. They all talk like this. They all give these ridiculous answers. And even before the invasion, right? There's a reporter asking, well, how do you know Saddam has weapons of mass destruction, nuclear weapons, and he's giving them to Al-Qaeda? Like, do you have proof? And he's like, look, man, there are known knowns and there are unknown knowns. There are things we know, and the things we don't know. Yeah, but that's not proof. Could you imagine arguing that in court? Did you see the defendant murder her? Look, man, there are known knowns and there are unknown knowns. You know, what? Yeah, you can just make a wild, outrageous allegation that the Iraqi government has weapons of mass destruction in 2003 when they don't. And that's the response. And people think Trump was an anomaly. No, he wasn't. And remember Bush, he lands on this aircraft carrier in May 2003, 2 months after the invasion. 2 months. 2 months. Iraq is still under occupation. We're in 2021. He lands on an aircraft carrier with a banner behind him that says mission accomplished. What? Yeah, that's it, apparently. According to them, they successfully completed their mission after 2 months. They hadn't even captured Saddam yet. Right. They hadn't even captured Saddam. I remember because they captured him in December. I remember the day that they captured him. I was walking into school on that day. Right. And this was the news. It's plastered everywhere. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. And I got in trouble for not doing my English work. I was busy reading about the Iraq War. How fitting. But you see how ridiculous these people are, these disgusting warmongers. So yeah, it's a close second, man. Bush and then Cheney or Rumsfeld. And again, of course, it's a whole scourge of neocons, right? Paul Wolfowitz. Who else? Condoleezza Rice, Colin Powell, David Addington. Remember Cheney's lawyer. I mean, really, just the most vile creatures on earth. But that's what people don't understand, is that they're all like this. Biden, Trump, Obama, they're no different. They're all neocons. They all believe in this bullshit. That's what they are.